The current traceability system that we have in Canada or around the world is most producers don't see the value in that. But however, there's more drivers now coming out in the marketplace, such as brand attributes, such as McDonald's claim on purchasing beef from only sustainable farms. Is how are we actually going to verify that the beef came from sustainable farms? So we need to use the traceability system as a driver to do that. So that means now that the traceability is a means rather than an end. It's not just there for traceability, it's now there for other reasons. There's no standard. Everybody's doing something different. Some of it's mandatory, some of it's voluntary, except for Australia and Uruguay, which are mandatory. Mandatory premise identification, mandatory individual cattle identification, mandatory electronic cattle identification, mandatory movement recording, and mandatory retiring of the number. How do you have a system where some of it's mandatory, some of it's voluntary? It's like being half pregnant. We're doing half the work. We're not finishing it. So let's talk a little bit about mandatory versus voluntary. What are the drivers? The motivations around mandatory are usually around government. Facilitate and monitor the trace back of animals. Enhance consumer information on those animals and protect consumers. Under a voluntary system, the motivations are totally different. It's to differentiate and market your food with undetectable quality attributes. It's where we're moving. Facilitate the trace back to food systems and quality to meet brand requirements and to improve the supply side management.